What is going on, party people? Drew Dickinson here, and I am back with a much anticipated 3D. My apologies again for being absent. I have been busier than a one-armed paper hanger, whether it's my 9 to 5 job or my extracurricular activities. I'm just been run through the ringer the last couple of weeks, but I'm back. And we've got so much Manchester United to discuss. So we are going to jump right in, shall we? All right. So as you may know, or if not, I'll let you know. Currently, the squad is in Los Angeles for the American Summer Tour. Tomorrow, they will face off against Arsenal inside the magnificent SoFi Stadium. I'll have more on the preseason friendlies down the road. I know that they travel back to the East Coast next week to go to South Carolina to play Liverpool. So once they play a little bit more and there's a little bit more information to talk about regarding the tours, I will obviously be the first to let you guys know. But what I'd like to do is start out with how incredibly active and pretty much spot on Ineos and United have been in the transfer window. The first signing of the Ineos era that I reported a few weeks ago, of course, was Joshua Zirkzee, the 23-year-old Dutch international. What I love about Zirkzee is that he's kind of a hybrid attacking player who is, of course, labeled as a striker, but can play other positions as well. To me, he brings a different set of attributes to the table than a Rasmus Højlund brings. Højlund needs crosses, needs service, kind of like a tap-in merchant, if you will. But when it comes to Zirkzee, he kind of likes to drop deep. He'll hold up play, and he loves to become that +1 in the buildup, which will allow Rashford, Garnacho, Ahmad, Sancho, and company to exploit that space in the opposition's attacking third. Zirkzee loves to use both feet for shooting, very clean technically while in attack. So listen, guys, the future is very, very promising for the attacking third for United, just in general, with Rashford, Zirkzee, Højlund, Ahmad, Garnacho, Sancho if he stays, and there's some other wingers out there in the distance that could be coming. Who knows? But more on that here in a little bit. The second signing of the Ineos era, just absolutely massive. I put a tweet out just a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a week and a half ago, that my dream signing, but it just didn't seem possible. 18-year-old French center back, the French phenomenon, if you will, Lenny freaking Euro from the French club Lille comes to Manchester United. And, it's one of those things, if you're a top soccer player in the world and Real Madrid is your preferred destination, 9 times out of 10, Madrid's going to end up with their player. Look at the saga with Mbappe. They refused to pay for him. He ran his contract out at PSG and went for free. I remember years back, Rafael Varane was going to come to United, but he snubbed United for Madrid. This time, the tables have turned, and Lenny snubbed Madrid for Manchester United. He's the hottest young center back prospect in the entire world. And here's the thing. I'm big on club ambition. I'm big on the player wanting the club, as opposed to, well, I guess I'll go there because no one else wants me, or I want to go there because of the money. Lenny Euro snubbed the best club in the world. Listen, I'm a United fan. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Real Madrid, the wealthiest, richest, most famous club, in this modern era. We're a shoo-in to get their man. But United showed ambition. They stepped up, made a bid for Euro. Okay? Madrid, plain as day, no secret about it. They were not going to make a bid. They were going to wait for his contract to run out and get him for nothing. Madrid president Florentino said Madrid doesn't pay. So there you go. And from what I'm seeing, after Lille accepted the bid from United for Euro, it was just a conversation like, hey, look at the ambition that this club showed for you. United being that club that they spent $60 million to get you to come to England. And look, over here in Madrid, their president just said they're not going to pay for you. They want you to come for free. So is that a club that you want to go play for? A club that clearly wants you, but for their benefit, not for yours? So, it's one of the, it's the best, to me, it's one of the best signings. It is the best. I mean, we'll have to find out as far as what happens on the field. But on paper, this is the best signing since Bruno Fernandes. And I know Bruno hasn't been at United that long, but it really was not that long ago that Bruno came, and he has excelled year in, year out. And I really do think with this new Ineos era, this new Manchester United on the prowl, things could be so great for Lenny Euro. He's an extremely fast center back, very comfortable on the ball, confident in the air. And what I love is he's right-footed, which will pair perfectly with his left-footed center back partner, Lisandro Martinez. And like I said, still very young. So I would assume another center back signing is likely, possibly De Ligt, maybe Chalobah. Who knows? But that just depends on the outgoing sales of either Harry Maguire, who just today, Fabrizio Romano reported that Harry said the plans are for him to stay. So that means that Lindelof is on the chopping block. And that could make room, like I said, for a De Ligt, who is keen on the move here to Manchester United. United just haven't put up enough money for the liking of Bayern Munich. I'm just unsure now. I'm unsure. Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm unsure if Branthwaite or if De Ligt come, if Maguire or Lindelof, either one of them aren't sold. So if one of them go, I think another center back signing is 100% in play. But again, that all depends on the sale. And right now, it looks like Maguire is staying. Lindelof, from what I read, don't take me at 100% on this, but I did see Fenerbahce could possibly be on the move with a bid for Lindelof. But if that happens, of course, like I said, I'll be sure to let you all know. Jadon Sancho, he is in America. He did travel with the squad, expected to play plenty of minutes for the summer tour in America. Remember, him and Ten Hag have cleared the air. One thing that is still up in the air, though, is whether he remains a sale option. Have to wait and see. Ten Hag said United need good players, and Jadon Sancho is a good player. So it could potentially be another new signing for United without having to pay. Sancho left on loan to Dortmund after having a fallout with Ten Hag last season, went to the Champions League final with Dortmund, kind of upped his play a little bit. If we can get Jadon Sancho at his best at Manchester United with Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho and Ahmad, good gosh, guys, the sky is the absolute limit. Not to mention Joshua Zirkzee and Rasmus Højlund. But anyway, back to the 3D. It is now officially official. Mason Greenwood is no longer a part of Manchester United as he joined Olympique Marseille. One thing that I love about the sale, and it's the only thing I'm just going to leave it at this, United have a 50% sell-on fee. So whatever Marseille sell Greenwood for in the future, United are going to get half of that. Love that business. Like I said before, another center back is needed at Manchester United. Needed, wanted, same thing. United are still in talks with 21-year-old Everton center back Jared Branthwaite, who's keen on the move, but Everton just won't budge. Like I said, they are standing fast, standing tall on their evaluation. They're comparing the Wesley Fofana and the Harry Maguire transfer fees of around, and Gvardiol. Their transfer fees, Solskjaer, their transfer fees of over 70 to 90 million. So that's where they are right now, currently have the valuation of Branthwaite, who has just told the Everton brass, he is not going to sign a new contract. So you don't want him to leave for free. So maybe Branthwaite to United could be back on. Again, won't know for sure until more outgoings for United come into play. PSG playing hardball, what it seems like for central defensive midfielder Manuel Ugarte. PSG still wants 70 million, but I've been told and I've read that a loan move for Ugarte is possible. Intermediaries have discussed the possible swap of Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Inter Milan's Denzel Dumfries. I'm not opposed to it. I'll be the first to admit I do love AWB. I know he is the best 1v1 defender in the entire world, but just lacks a little bit in attack. We saw the first year of Ten Hag in control of United. Dalot got that right back spot to his own, and then he gets injured, goes away for the World Cup, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka comes in and just takes that right back spot and kind of made it his own for the second half of that 2023 season. 2022-2023 season. He worked hard. He was on the chopping block of being sold at the transfer window in January. He worked hard, buckled down, and became one of the best right backs in England. Improved going forward, but for some reason last year we just saw him, regress, just big time. I hate that for him. And as far as Dumfries, they both have great defending skills, but Dumfries is just so much more pure going forward, and that's the type of fullback that Ten Hag wants. That's the type of fullback that United want. So we'll see about that. Remember, just some intermediaries discussing that as we speak. I'm 50-50 on it. I would love Dumfries to come, but I would also like Wan-Bissaka to stay, but I don't think he is bred for the starting 11. I think he would be a great option in the tournaments or a great option off the bench. God forbid Dalot become injured or have to leave for international, whatever. United definitely need another right back, and they definitely need another left back, which has been discussed because of the uncertainty of Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia, their health status over the duration of the season. Malacia remained at Carrington for rehab, and he will not travel to America. He tore something in his knee, and during the recovery process, had a bump in the road, then had to go back in and then have it surgically repaired, have that bump surgically repaired, and now he is recovering from that. So I do expect to see him sometime before the end of the fiscal 2024 year. Some left backs being discussed. I've heard Frimpong, I've heard Reguilon, which I wouldn't mind. We saw him fight for the badge last season. But again, most importantly about all transfers, the only way United can get more incomings with, stature, top players in the world, I guess the term expensive, okay? That will depend on more outgoings. I know I'm beating a dead horse on it, but you guys, I'm sure, see hundreds of players almost daily popping up about United are interested in this person, interested in that person. Don't believe it. Once you see players gone, deals for him, Hannibal Mejri, he could be gone. I'm not too sure how much money it would bring in, but it would be pure profit because he is from the United Academy. So we need more outgoings like that, more pure. Scott McTominay would be wonderful. United want 30 million for him, but Ten Hag has said that McTominay is a very important part of his squad. So it looks like Scotty's going to stay. So it all depends. It could mean sayonara for Sancho. I just don't know. But what I do know and what I am going to do is absolute and completely trust the process, because I do not think Ineos are done by any stretch. So far, they've done an absolute amazing job, like I said before, and I'm definitely trusting the process. During this summer tour, though, I Oh, shoot. Excuse, excuse me. During the summer tour, though, I am definitely going to keep an eye on some of the younger kids looking to make a name for themselves, trying to, some of the young kids who know that they won't be able to jump into the starting 11 or make it to the bench. So they want to go out on loan. They want playing time. And what does playing time bring? Playing time brings experience. And when you get experience and you impress, you get brought back into the first team. So let's hope some of the young kids get some opportunities for that over the summer. But I'll also be looking at players like Mason Mount and Ahmad. They need to make a claim for a starting spot this season. Mount had an unfortunate injury ruled season last year, and Ahmad, when he came on and when he was given his chances, he 100% succeeded. So I'm looking for both. We know what Mason Mount can do. One of the best midfielders in the world. He's proven that at Chelsea and for England. And Ahmad, I want to see consistency. I want to see Ten Hag give him the ball and let him run with it. That is something that needs to be done. And that's all pun intended, okay? Also, Euro. We saw him in the last preseason friendly. Played 45 minutes. Fantastic for what it's worth. And Xerxes, I want to see them get playing time and find some camaraderie with his brothers out there on the field. Guys, we are so close to this brand new season starting. Like I said, Ineos are not, I don't think they're done by any stretch in this transfer window, whether it's incomings or outgoings. One thing for sure is it's going to be a brand new Manchester United full man squad coming week 1. And I just can't wait. One little tidbit, we have heard that Ineos and Sir Jim are going to be more forthcoming with the fans. One thing in particular is the naming rights for Old Trafford. If you want to get money to rebuild, to revamp, you need sponsors, and having a name sponsor for Old Trafford could really help that. But before that even happens, it's being said that there will be discussions and more forthcomings with the fans before any of that happens. So there's not any backlash or any surprises. And I just love that. As you all know, the Glazers have not been forthcoming. They've been arguably the worst owners in soccer. And it's just, we saw one of the Glazer brothers get turned down for trying to be the minority owner of Angel City FC here in America. Good. We don't need that filth hanging on to any more soccer teams in this world, because we saw what they've done to the biggest and the best. Thankfully, Ratcliffe and Ineos are here to turn this thing around. Omar Beretta, excuse me, Wilcox, you name it. Everybody is here, ready to go, ready to get Manchester United back into the forefront and back into the top 4 for some Champions League soccer. Listen, guys, that's going to do it for me this week. Again, thanks for bearing with me. Things are starting to kind of slow down at the 9-to-5 job. So hopefully I won't miss any more weeks and be able to deliver you guys your Drew Dickinson Diatribe each and every Friday. But real quick, before I go, cheap plug. If you're in the Atlanta area this weekend, tomorrow to be exact, come on out to New Realm Brewing on the Beltline. Deep South Wrestling proudly presents No Escape. The Deep South heavyweight champion, Skrill the Great, will defend against Jacob Johnson inside a steel cage with barbed wire surrounding the top. Will Jacob Johnson finally defeat Skrill the Great? Come on out to New Rome Brewing tomorrow night, bell time 6 p.m. The show is free for all. And of course, yours truly will be on the call. So come on out, support your favorite independent wrestlers and Deep South Wrestling. I hope to see everyone there. If not, enjoy your weekend. Thanks again for listening to the 3D right here on the Soccer Down Here Network. Drewski out.